Well, welcome to Drew Gormley. And Drew, you have been passionate about people that don't know Jesus for a very long time.
Sure.
Tell us, where does the passion come from?
Well, I guess it starts really with my own experience as a believer. And possibly over the first few years of my life as a believer, and how there seemed to be a great disconnect between my faith and how to articulate that in such a way that people understood it and they could consider whether they want to embrace it themselves. So, if this is what I believe, if this is the way I'm going to live, then making that public statement, if you like, in a way that's appropriate, so other people can consider that themselves, as something that I always found to be pretty important.
Yeah, and that's what I really love about you, Drew, is that you come from a background of not really knowing much about Jesus, and you really understand the Australian culture very well. I love your whole concepts of journey that we're going to talk about in the podcast episode. So what are two key words that you would tell me and others today when it comes to reaching Aussies for Jesus?
Well, I think everything that we do now is based on a scripture, Proverbs 11:30, which says the fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he who wins souls is wise. So you can't really reach a person unless you understand them and that they understand what you're communicating. So really, it's the first thing we got to do is, rather than I have to impose a set of values onto somebody, it's really, I want to understand that person, where they're at, what their experiences are, and how then they can embrace or understand the message. So understanding would be the first word I'd use, and the second one would have to be love. By this shall all men know you're my disciples if you have love for one another. And I guess as we do life in love with those around us, it becomes a lot easier for people to go, oh, yeah, I like you guys. I'm interested in what you've got. And that's really important. And sort of that, just building that relationship through understanding people and then, showing love. I think it makes evangelism or outreach or sharing the message or giving the gospel or whatever you want to call it a lot easier to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it, Drew. True Blue Aussie. So looking forward to the conversation with you.
Yeah, great. No, fantastic.